Alright, well, Slade. That's a new video camera. You might call it a cheapie. I've got to play with it today. That's that other ratty little thing. And of course the noise in the background that we can always hear. My 16 port network switch and my two NASes and the UPS down there. Well, today is the day to remove them from the rack and give them a blow through because it is due. Right, so in order for me to shut these two NASes down, I need to start up one of my computers. Okay. This computer is one of my auxiliary computers, so it only has a little pair of squawking speakers. I need to double bank two pairs of glasses to look at the camera screen, just one pair to see the computer screen. Now I've got to reach one hand through the bloody tripod. And listen to me whinge. Listen to me whinge. Okay, let's open the browser. Okay. This will be 192.168.0.99 in the address bar. Here we are. But I don't think this camera is focusing on anything on the screen. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to have a quick poke through and I can talk about stuff. Okay, devices. There's two spinners in mirror configuration. The temperatures are 21 and 22 degrees centigrade. File systems. It's showing a total of 3.58 teries because they're 4 terabyte Western Digital Red Plus, of which I've used 827 gigis. Okay, and shut down. Yes, I'm sure I want to shut down. Okay, back up into the address bar. Back. Now it's 100. This is the second NAS. Okay. We can check. Come on. The devices. Okay, there's 4 2 TB spinners in this in RAID 10, giving me another 4 TBs. 22, 20, 21 and 21 degrees centigrade. File systems, same thing, 3.58 teries, of which I'm using 394 gigis. Alright, let's shut it down. It is so quiet in here. It's lovely. Okay, so they're just barely supported. They sit on a back rail Actually, let's have a look at that. They sit there on a back rail. They're only about 1/4 of an inch on it. So I do have to be careful. Okay, this thing is so heavy. Okay. That's the first one out. And the reason there's a gap in between them is so that had I wanted to, I could have taken the top one out without needing to take the bottom one out, without the top one's weight resting on the bottom one. There they are there. You see in there, there's just two spinners, a cute little chip is a dual core at 3.8. It's an APU, so there's no graphics card, because you do need to run a monitor when you're installing the thing. That's also why I have a cup holder. You don't need a cup holder to install Open Media Vault, but I do. There's an SSD on a bracket. That's the boot drive. Again, you don't need an SSD for a boot drive with Open Media Vault. You can use a USB stick. The operating system occupies 2 gigabytes, so you don't need much. The rear fans are operating 7 volts using the plus 12 and the plus 5, which can potentially overvolt the 5 volt rail. So to compensate for that, the front 2 fans are running at 5 volts to load up the 5 volt rail. If I had these running all at 12 volts, I think I'd be deaf by now. This is the other one. Its chip is a quad core at 3 gigahertz. It doesn't need that gigantic cooler, but in a previous life, this motherboard and chip setup, basically as it is, was a Windows 7 quad core. You see there's 4 spinners. Western Digital Red Plus, because they're not shingled. Again, there's a cup holder, and again under the cup holder, somewhere in there is a bloody solid state drive. In each case, the solid state drive is a Samsung 850 EVO 120 giga. So then, using the air gun, I never let the fans whiz. So I gently push the nozzle through between these fan blades, and I go around and around, and I blow through the chip. Now I can't stop the cooling fans from whizzing, but I'm not going to give them a hard time. I don't want them whizzing. I don't want to blow apart their bearings. Same thing here. It's a gentle go in the cooler, gentle go through those. Then a gentle blow all over and through the front, and also blow, I'm going to back blast from the back of the power supply back through. I don't want its fan whizzing too fast either. So I'll do that. Okay, so they've been blown through. Right, so that's the SSD boot down in there. So this is the top, I mean it's the uppermost SSD within the rack. This one was the fluffiest, or the fluffier. This is the other one here. See, with the 4 drives. Oh, and a Parter cup holder. Remember Parter? there's a parter port. There it is down there. Because somewhere down in there is 5 SATA ports. And of course, including the boot drive, that's all 5. And then I needed a cup holder. As I said, I could have used a USB ISO image to install the operating system, but I have a large collection of cup holders. Anyway, I'll pop their lids back on. Okay, well, they're ready for putting back in now. See, that's why on the back they actually look like computers. Well, that's what they are, computers being used as NASes. Okay. Hold rearward pressure. Don't let it fall. At the bottom right screw in. Drive it all the way home. Then just back it off the tiniest little bit. Just to make sure that we can still manipulate the machine around if we need to. I might just move it slightly. Hasn't upset anything, hasn't pinched any of the network cables. We're all happy. David Bowie hopes that you're happy too. Alright, this is the bottom one, it's the heavier of the two. Oh, yeah. So, they're back in summer. I have this cute little fan here, which pressurizes this front area here to ensure then that all the hot exhaust air out the back, and when I say hot, it's not very warm at all. These things do not run all that warm. But it is sort of encouraged to go up and away. Well, it's time to shatter the silence. And that is the din that's always in the background when I'm filming Slade. Okay, now here I am back here. Okay, so what I need to do is go into a spreadsheet. Let's get into our network. Okay, it's in private, it's in admin, it's in inventories, it is the inventory PC hardware. And it will be in blow. June. My 2 NASes got blown through. And that's that. You're thinking, what? Do. Are you ill?